This video is brought to you by Diamond Pacific Tool Corporation. Diamond Pacific is America's favorite diamond tool, wheel, and lapidary machine manufacturers. For nearly half a century, Diamond Pacific has set the industry standard for diamond lapidary equipment. Join the majority of professional lapidaries and choose Diamond Pacific products such as their Nova wheels, Pixie, Genie, and Titan gem makers, as well as their wide selection of other high-quality lapidary diamond products. Check out Diamond Pacific today and find out why they're considered America's premier diamond lapidary tool manufacturers.
I go dig it out this morning and I was like, hey, every video I've had done with Dave, I've ordered the same hoodie. I gotta go find it.
We're here with our good friend Will, Barrel Cactus Will. We did two videos, one of the Jana's gem and of the Barrel Cactus mine. The link to those will be up here in the corner. Yeah, you're doing great stuff. You have some new barrel cactus here. You have some new slabs we're going to take a look at in a moment. But you are working a new claim of yours. Well, new for you. It's been worked before, and it's super exciting. And it's the Paul Bunyan.
Yes. We went in. I've done a little work up there. I let some buddies of mine go up there and dig it while I was digging the new moss agate. They spent 3 days cleaning up the seam just before they could do anything.
Oh man, that's
so on the fourth day, they got some of this stuff here. You see a couple of these pieces. Get that wet there. That's that Paul Bunyan red and blue.
Where do you find the time to work 3 claims?
That's why I had a friend working that one, and they brought me a nice little tax gift.
This
up there.
This stuff is pretty beloved out here.
It is.
Jim, you gave Jim some really nice pieces that I got to see. This isn't the casual example of the material here.
No, this is actually what guys who were up there last time were calling this mini Bunyan.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a completely separate seam.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you gentlemen were talking about how this kind of broke up and then resealed.
Yeah, so you see up top here, that's the typical mini Bunyan seam. And what happened is it probably was a double layer, and you could see at some point it just shattered and floated around and then resealed inside that. I'd have to ask to tell you. A lot of times it's a calcite matrix in the middle.
But it'll probably shine up really nice.
It's beautiful.
Somebody said that maybe that could have happened during like an earthquake or something.
It is a giant fault. See, it has to be. Yeah. Or volcanic, it broke up, and then you got a secondary fill. We've seen that in a lot of our material.
Awesome. You're so busy. I think you have a regular job too, right?
Yeah. 40 to 50 hours a week.
But this will come out. When it comes out, it'll be on the Barrel Cactus page on Facebook. Yep. You folks will know when it is available. I'm sure he'll get this on the saw eventually. Yep. This stuff is like really cool.
Later on, like you said, you're going to talk to Jeremy Berg. He does a lot more shows, including Tucson. And he'll be carrying some of this material for me.
Awesome. And we will go look at that here in a moment. He has some of the more... what I guess you say,
pieces.
Yeah, the standard. I don't want to say casual because this stuff is not casual, but the standard Paul Bunyan. Yeah. And he's got the baby Bunyan over there too.
And you'll see, and he'll show you some of those slabs he have were cut out of a piece that look just like this.
Trippy.
It looks funky on the outside, and it may take sometimes a couple slices to get the right direction for the plume to be up and down. But once you get it, man, this thing can open up. So you can have like some here. As you turn this rock, you can see where it's starting to form here.
Oh, yep, sure enough.
So this whole bottom part's another section that could be filled with those tubes and plumes. So it's a tricky stuff to cut sometimes, way hard to mine, but it's usually worth it.
Look at this. You can just tell where they took the diamond. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, where they drilled the holes.
Yeah, that's hard rock mining.
Yes.
Not a joke. This isn't like a casual field trip, like with the high school or anything.
Like this, you're happy. That's all day's work to get out a chunk like that.
And so the Paul Bunyan was worked back in the day, right?
Yes, it was.
Does anybody know roughly how long ago?
It's been worked since the 60s.
Oh, cool.
And the general area has. Matter of fact, it's even though they're not right next to each other, my moss agate claims and this claim are all part of the same formation. some of our new gold there.
Oh yeah. Is this the Janus gem or is this the barrel cactus?
That is Janus gem. And this one here is from barrel cactus. That's actually a seam we're digging right now.
Oh, that's exciting.
So we're actually into a hard rock seam to pull that out.
I remember when we first got together, you were still working some of the bigger, you were still getting down and dirty, but it was kind of on top.
It was all surface work. So this was the first seam we've actually found out there. Now on Janus gem, we're working this stuff here. This red jersey.
Oh, wow.
That's also a seam. Fairly easily to dig though.
Your saw might be one of the hardest working saws in Barstow area.
Unfortunately, I had a couple I wanted to cut up, but last week I was sawing some of this and a piece broke in half in the vise.
Oh no.
And I was, of course, sitting in the other room listening to TV. By the time I heard it and got out, I was down a saw blade.
And so we talked a bit about the material in the barrel cactus and Janus gem video, but so like this moss agate, for those of you that don't know, you can reorient the rock the way you cut it to get different patterns. Let's see if you can find two different patterns.
Well, that's from the claim as well.
Oh, I thought this was just something that you had that you just put in the water. You found that there. This is
Jana actually found that on the surface walking in the creek right next to some moss agate.
That is
and it
killer.
glows bright green.
Oh wow, under UV, huh?
Yeah, just blows up. But again, it's weird one-off sometimes.
Oh, one day you're gonna find this out there. This is super unique. It's like peachy oranges and
that's what
oh, that's a great one.
In there.
How much for that fluorite piece that you've been holding?
For you?
Yes.
That was $10 down.
That's good.
Very cool. So you can see here that the moss is a little bit more up and down this, like this way, where this one is kind of like sideways. So you can reorient the moss. And you can definitely do that with plume, agate like the Paul Bunyan. Here's another example. So if you buy a rock, he sells this material, rough, we'll take a look at it in a moment. And you get, you're like, oh, I got a lot of this style. You can reorient your rock and your saw to get a different pattern. Personally, I like the looser stuff like this. But there are some people who just love the tight moss. Like this.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Real tight moss. What do you guys like? Do you like the tight moss? Or do you like the loose moss?
And you clean these ones?
No.
No.
Everything here is how it came out of the ground.
How it came out of the ground.
So, obviously there will be a link down to his Facebook page.
Oh God, this one's neat.
He does a lot of posting. He does live sales
Grab that one.
on a lot of the stuff that he's selling new.
Thank you, man.
Let's take a look at some of the rock.
Okay. Thank you.
Lots of rough. For the show special, it's the last day of the show. But those slightly different prices depending on the variation of the material online when you contact
this
them.
is more of our standard rough here. See, this is the new stuff here. This is our super druzy. That's what we're calling this seam. You can tell what we mean by that.
Oh yeah, it's just gleaming.
It's gleaming there. That's actually a giant druzy pocket.
Oh, that's exciting.
See up there is where I cleaned it a little. So I'm hoping once we do a nice iron out bath, that whole pocket will glow.
Fantastic.
Look at that.
And for those of you that haven't seen the video, you have to see it because he's carrying this out by hand. He's walking up a mountain and then carrying it down a mountain, sometimes 2 times in one day, 2 buckets in each hand. It is nuts.
And we got a new rucksack, fits about 80 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Do that one, that red jersey there.
Oh, that one's killer. Do you mind if I hold that one?
No, of course. And then we just happened when we're out on the claim. As you see, you've been out there. You know most of the stuff. We hit a pocket rock that looked like that. Very different, right?
Definitely different. Oh, wow. That's completely different.
That's common opal in there with some green moss. If you flip it over, you can see it better.
Oh, an amethyst.
Look at that amethyst pocket in there with all that common opal. And that one we probably got 50 pounds out, rough.
That's it.
And it was gone.
Oh, wow. The mountain
back
is...
there again, but as far as I can tell, it was just a bubbly pocket. But Jimmy.
That's exciting because in the agate world, a lot of folks are like, oh, I don't really want so much quartz, but nobody's complaining about amethyst.
No. Dude, how Jimmy that stuff gets.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And some of it cuts real interesting, and as Alan can tell you, some of it cuts a little plain, but...
Do you want to get a video of the polished ones or 2 of mine so they can see it polished for your video?
Sure. Oh, do you have one of these polished?
No, but some of the other
Yes,
ones.
that would be
Yeah,
cool.
let's go look. Let's look at it. I appreciate your kindness.
Yeah,
Hey, Alan, how did you get this polished so
I
nicely?
sent it out to a guy who's got the...
A vibro, maybe?
It's a big flat lap, 36 inches. He's a rock in Oregon.
He does a really good job.
He does a great job.
Thanks for sharing with us, man.
It is very good to me.
William's good to everybody. Oh, look at that. And thanks for that pamphlet. I really, really like that thing.
Good. You're welcome.
Oh, this is the Janus for sure.
Yes.
Where that would be more barrel cactus?
I believe it was up, Erica?
I think that was a
Yeah.
barrel cactus. There's so many different things like that one for your area.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You know, your stuff's all around the world now.
It is.
That must feel good. You have fruits of your labor. Hard labor, lots of sweat and blood.
Yeah. A lot of that, unfortunately.
Oh, wow. Oh, awesome. There's another piece of Janus gem. Their second claim. I love it.
I know I get those.
Can I see the ones you're buying your own material? Oh, that's
Actually, I'm
fantastic.
reselling it. I showed it to one of my customers, and they're like, "Yeah, I want all those."
Very nicely done. No doubt this material takes a killer polish.
I love how that moss just doesn't undercut.
Oh, nice. Kept the little pocket there.
And then is more the OG.
Fantastic.
So you definitely see that it polishes nicely.
And so folks can message you. You can let Will know your budget. You can let what's really important though, if you're going to do some slabbing, let Will know what size saw you have.
Definitely very, very important to know.
Yeah, because you're gonna be like, oh, $8 a pound. That's so affordable. Let me get this big thing. We're gonna be busting it up with a sledgehammer because
yeah, something like this where you can see that. Look at that druzy.
That would probably be
all the way through
18-20 inches maybe for that.
You need
A saw.
18.
Yeah.
At least. So normal price for that would be like 160. Show it's cheaper, of course.
Yeah, because you don't have to do the shipping. You're not wasting gas going to the post office.
And something like this should fit in Sergeant. Oh, there you go.
That is crazy right there. You would have to.
You'd have to do a face on that.
That's fantastic.
That red druzy, I love that.
That's so affordable. What'd you say,
60?
Yeah, that's...
And I'd usually probably give you a discount on that just because it's a big rock. And it only costs about $22 to ship it anywhere in the U.S.
And so this would be maybe a 12-inch, maybe a 10, maybe...
You can get this, if you did it right, it would limit your cutting angle. Depends on what type of vise you had. Because see, I'd want to cut that like that.
Absolutely.
So that would probably
That
like
piece,
a 12.
natural, would pay for the rock.
Oh, that right there?
Yeah, that face right there would pay double the money back for the rock.
Look like.
No, I'm just looking at this stuff, man. It's kind of cool.
Oh, it's super cool.
So
Yeah,
like
like
that. That's an
exactly. And it's so hard that the natural cleavage is colorful. It's beautiful.
yeah, and then you turn it over, you get flat lap the other side, and you're set.
Fantastic.
And so right now at the show, so like normally this one would be 25. We're doing half off at the show, so.
Awesome.
And if you guys pay attention on TikTok, Deadhead.74.
I'll put a picture of that on the screen.
And then we'll be having a sell here in the next couple days. Some of the stuff didn't go out. We'll probably be selling it. We'll also do it on Facebook. Moss Agate from the Barrel Cactus Claim. Probably do like a week-long sale at the show prices.
Heck yeah.
So catch that because it's not going to last long. But probably, next 2 weeks at 20% discount.
Awesome. So you guys are definitely going to want to check that out. I'll put the links down in the description, but also put the pictures of it so you folks can find it easier. You folks, you and Jenna have been picking up smaller stuff for tumblers.
Yes, I got that whole bucket's full of it. You can see you got some tumbled in front of it.
Yep. Nice stuff here.
But it's all different sizes, and that's just what I grabbed off the top. But yeah.
Yep. And like a box of cereal, there are a bunch of smaller pieces at the bottom if you guys like smaller stuff. But really, you don't have to feel bad about if you're going to tumble it, crack it. Just crack it. It's all fun. It's all good.
And I've actually done tumbling orders where people want a specific type of pattern. And I've just taken a big rock, a chisel, and a sledgehammer and made them
Working too hard.
Made them tumbling rough.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the tumbles are cool because you get both orientations of the moss. You get the long stuff and then you get the short stuff. I mean, well, the open stuff and the long.
A small example, but you'd see how those druzy pockets cab so well into that moss.
Oh, wow.
That one almost looks like it has almost like a purplish tint to it.
Oh, yeah, it sure does.
That's probably an amethyst pocket then.
Did your dad do this one?
No, this was done by Dagger, DJ Jim's who it was, but
He did a great job.
Oh yeah, he does wonderful work. A lot of times I'll trade slabs for to cutters.
Oh, that's awesome.
To get, since I don't cut, especially not that well.
Well, I mean, you're working 3 claims and a JOB. doing live sales, you know, we're gonna find the time. There's some Ramstein in the wind there. That is a great cut. Whoever's doing this did a great job.
We were talking about the ones with all that crystal in it.
Oh wow, he worked that's fantastic. He worked just the
Penn Lapidary did that one.
Really?
Yep.
I love that guy.
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, he's great.
Got some of my dino bone and stuff out over there.
I'll definitely put a link to I'll put a picture right here. And I'll put a link to his YouTube and his TikTok. He's great. High Tech needs to just be giving him stuff. He does
all that on a flat lap.
Yeah, he's the king of the flat lap world.
By hand, no dop sticks.
I need to get him a machine. I have a machine graveyard at my house. Love Penn Lapidary.
Buddy of mine makes guitar picks with our material.
Oh, here's this one.
He's actually got a couple bands using them.
He's not here today, is he?
No, Dale.
He's got some cool stuff.
He does.
I tell a funny story about him all the time. He was at Jim's house, and he's like, "So what do you do?" And he's like, "I'm like, oh, I'm a turquoise guy." He's like, "You know, I don't even like turquoise." Yep. he's like, "This is agate country out here."
And this is Hill too, but look at that work.
Is this pens again?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he can get some really cool shapes that most people don't do. Great work.
That's Hill 2. Hold on a second. And then just to show you something funky, these are different ones we cabs have, but a lot of people are surprised when I tell them it comes from our morning. It's that same as that green one I showed you earlier.
Oh, wild. Oh, that is killer.
Again, this is a little pocket, but look at those phantom crystals.
Man, your claim is so fruitful.
You see there too. However this form, you got these phantom crystals in there. They were fluoresce and phosphoresce. Just the edge around them, like the outline right at the top of the crystals, whatever mineral that was.
Oh yeah, look at those beautiful phantoms in there.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff will too.
Beautiful.
Especially the barrel cactus, some of the patterns that are more open. My UVs lights it up.
Eric Rinamaki just released. Eric Rinamaki just put out the shortwave like 2 days ago. They're gonna sell out.
No, what wavelength's that?
I don't know, but so there's long, which is everybody's.
Like the 365
It's
UVBs.
yeah, it's the one that like they said couldn't be done.
Right. Well, our club used to have a shortwave.
Was it big? Like
It was
bulky?
like a fucking box, and you had this huge thing you carried, and it was like, you know, flip this breaker for long.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
That one for short. But I mean, it was not mobile.
Yeah, this one's
you had
mobile.
To plug it into like a 20 amp.
And people, those
Dude, I'll be all over that.
those are weird clouds. Yeah, and it comes with safety gear.
Well, you'd have to.
Yeah.
But these are some of the smaller reds. These are real popular.
Oh yeah, it's just such a crusher material.
And the issue with these is they're tricky because they come out in nodules that look like this. So that's what we dig out of the ground. And then cut them open and bam.
Oh, yeah, like
Now,
you would just walk
they're
by
not
that.
all winners. You get some that are more jaspery in the center, like a purple jasper, raspberry. But once you know what you're looking for.
Honestly, Will, for the price that you're selling the material, what you call not a winner is going to pay for the material 2 or 3 times over.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm spoiled at this point, so. Some of these.
For the show, it's $1. This is
2 for $1.
2 for $1. This obviously wouldn't be something you would see online. Folks, this is paying for gas. This is paying for his lunch. You know what I mean? This right here, that's a $25, $30 slab. The farther, I mean, out here, you know, everybody knows Will, and all these shows are out here are really affordable. But honestly, you take this to Tucson, you know, somebody who's really into agates or jaspers, and that's a good $25, $30 slab. 2 for $1.
And so you get something nice like that for $7.
Oh yeah, I'll show you my favorite one that was in here. That one. That was in the $7 one.
Yeah.
I don't know if it migrated from the 15.
It may have at some point, but
Because it looks like a 15.
yeah, I think it may have somehow gotten thrown in the back one, but if you look at those, I mean, that's that multicolor rough we were looking at earlier.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But it's been fun.
That's like neon.
And see, that's what I say. You might get a dud. That's a dud.
Really? I thought that was killer.
It is for
For $1 in here. I thought that was
But when you
awesome.
compare it to that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Something like this. This is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
I just love that. The way it's broken up and.
Do you have, at the moment, I know you're working the material, do you have any private slabs for yourself at home?
Oh, I have my some
Like
yes.
not for sale stuff,
Yes.
I mean. Good. Good.
I do, but
You don't want to regret it in 25 years, you know? Oh boy.
that's all barrel cactus slabs. Like Dave said earlier, I have a hard-working saw.
Yeah, the hardest working saw in
I've
Barstow.
put that Highland Park through the paces.
Yeah. Did you ever get that beauty, that weird saw back together?
We did get it together, and it is the bane of my existence.
Oh, it's just hard to
Because
maintain, maybe?
I'll cut a rock, I'm doing great, rock's cut, and then it'll just jam up on a random slab.
Oh, man.
And take the whole thing apart, readjust it.
Yeah.
It's like cut a rock, fix it. Cut a rock, fix it.
So I have a small video of that when Jim took me to your house. I'll put that clip here of that saw. It looks like a cooler from the 50s. Actually, it looks like a refrigerator or something. Like it's got like this atomic rocket looking motif to it.
That's another one I was looking for. This is a new little vein that we found way up on one of the cliffs. It's a little different. It's not as lacy, but it's definitely got some nice moss in there.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. How long have you been mining all together?
The barrel cactus? Or?
No, just in general, because I know you did stuff for years and years.
I started, when I was a kid with my dad. In my 20s, I actually owned a shop called Johnson and Daughters up in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, you're not born and raised in California, huh?
Yeah, I was born in San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
Got out of high school and moved up to Idaho. Spokane, Washington, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho area.
Oh, awesome.
I had a shop up there.
Did you ever mine around with the agates out there in Idaho?
No, that was back. Those really impressed me because back when I lived up there, unless you were in the Wahi, there really wasn't a lot of agate mining going on. A lot of those new finds that you find out there are relatively new, or at least I didn't hear about them up in North Idaho.
And then like probably the Casey Santee probably wasn't mining it back in the day, and his friend Bob or Bill, whoever's doing that stuff.
No, at least like I said, that it wasn't.
Well, there was no internet for everyone to know.
You really only saw new materials at powwows, tailgates like this.
Oh, right.
And stuff. There wasn't a big. If someone got real lucky, they got into Rocket Gym magazine.
Oh yeah, Lapidary Journal or something.
I'd love to get a Rocket Gym. I shot
you're
some
worth
feelers out to them and never heard anything back. But if you guys are watching this video,
you hear
I will
that?
take you to the claim to do an article.
Or if you know somebody that knows somebody,
Yeah.
put the feelers out. It's a great American material. It's beloved out here in the Southwest, and a very short amount of time. We've only been doing this for what, 2-3 years?
This is our second season.
Second season.
Yeah, when you came out was was our first year still when you did that video.
And so Rock and Gem magazine people, watch the video of us going out there. There's a lot of stuff out there. There's a great geological spin you could write about out there in the whole area. It's beautiful out there. And or you know what? I think if you're nice to him, he'll even take you to the Paul Bunyan. He'll take him to the Paul Bunyan.
Of course. Do them all. And so,
Good gosh.
Somebody asked me earlier what this was like.
He's also a pro Scottish boulder thrower.
Right. So just an idea of some larger ones, because I know some people like them big. That's 47 pounds. Solid moss agate.
Yeah, for sure.
You can see that where he tipped it, even though can't tell. I can tell looking at this, but if you didn't know, that chip right there would tell you.
Awesome. Perfect for a sphere.
Oh yeah.
Most of these
the one
are.
next to it. There's plenty of room in these, and that's the other thing. Like Dave mentioned earlier, if you call me up and say, "Hey, look, I've got a 24-inch saw and I want to make an 8-inch sphere," I'll go through my pile and find you something. And if I can't, I'll go to the claim and find you something.
Yeah.
So, pretty much, if it's able to be carried by hand, I can get it to you.
Hard-working man.